Two key cognitive developmental theorists are Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky. Both of these theorists were interested in the way that children come to know, and they both took a constructivist point of view in that they believe that children are active participants in their own cognitive development. Prior to this, theories of development saw children as passive learners. Jean Piaget saw that children learn because as humans they are built that way, and it is the child's interaction with their environment that primarily enables cognitive development. He understood the human mind as constantly striving for a balance when processing new experiences or information. A major contribution of Piaget's is his description of how a child's mind develops. He identified 4 different stages, each with their own characteristics. Lev Vygotsky, like Piaget, saw children as active learners. However, his view placed children's social interactions at the centre of cognitive development. He understood the social setting as directly linked with language and therefore saw language and cognitive development as interdependent. Vygotsky came to the conclusion that the roles of teachers, parents, or a more knowledgeable other are necessary for a child's cognitive development. To encourage learning, these people provide different levels of support or guidance via scaffolding to assist the child to move from their present level of development to their potential level. The space in between these is the zone of proximal development. From what I have read, I understand that moral development is a complex issue. A prominent moral theorist is Lawrence Kohlberg. His theory takes inspiration from Piaget in that it concentrates on stages that progress in a fixed order and can't be skipped. Kohlberg identified 6 stages that do not correspond to any particular age. The progression through the stages depends on the individual. He has been extensively studied, resulting in a number of criticisms. Elliot Turiel provides another approach to moral development. He recognizes that young children are capable of moral reasoning independent of whether punishment or rules are involved. He has proposed a framework based on domains which develop simultaneously. These domains are the moral, the social, and the personal. It is in the way that they interact with each other that encourages the moral development. For teachers, an understanding of the different theories of cognitive and moral development is important because they provide insight into what is happening inside a child's mind. I now understand that children think differently to me as an adult. I want to provide a positive learning experience for my students, so knowing how they think and why they think the way they do will benefit me. Not one theory will apply to every situation, and so I agree with the argument that it is better not to compare theories but to see them as addressing different aspects of something that is vast and complex. I believe as a teacher part of my role will be to foster morally sensitive individuals who hold an understanding of their responsibility in society in regards to the welfare of others. So knowledge of current theories of moral development will enable me to observe and direct students appropriately, encouraging mature moral reasoning. Theories of development suggests what roles I should or could take as a teacher to best encourage learning. I have learnt that the child's own activity is central to the development, so the classroom should revolve around the student and not me. The theories will assist me in planning relevant and engaging lessons by having an understanding of what the child is capable of cognitively and perhaps what is expected of them morally. The theories can positively contribute to the ways I interact with the children, for example, the scaffolding techniques suggested by Vygotsky. Also, it will help me make informed judgments about the student's behaviours, for example, to know that a child has difficulty seeing things from another person's perspective due to their developmental stage. My example will look at an activity where the children must work together in small groups using blocks or objects to help them with a number of maths problems. This activity is aimed at children aged 8 to 9. According to Piaget, students are in the concrete operational stage, where they are still not able to think abstractly about things, so the use of actual materials will assist their understanding. In this activity, the abstract symbol of a number is replaced by a concrete object, and by being able to physically investigate what happens in the maths problems, a solution will more likely be reached and the process more likely understood. Additionally, some of Vygotsky's theory is applied here. In their small groups, those children who already grasp the idea can help others, and peers will more likely explain what is happening in a way and in language that is understood, simply because they experience similar cognitive abilities. I'm impressed by the strategy taken by Rafe Esquith, who introduces all 6 of Kohlberg's stages of moral development to his grade 5 class. I think what is brilliant about this is that knowledge of the stages can be continuously applied to the decisions and situations students come across throughout the year at both school and home. For my grade 5 class, I would focus not so much on their progress through the stages, but more on the question of why it is they do what they do. The stages act as guidance and provide alternative reasons. Because the focus is not on their progress, this strategy takes into account Turiel's theory that children are able to use a whole range of moral reasoning. I would then ask the children to discuss their decisions and reasons with their peers, which exposes them to other people's points of view. Both these tactics are in line with Turiel's theory.